Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with the new set, Journeys Together. We are going to be building, obviously working through the one and only Ops Zacian X deck. I have taken a deck from online to obviously look at what is necessarily needed. I'm just going to quickly flick myself over this way. Okay, the gameplay isn't open, never mind. So this is the deck build for you all. If this is what you want to run, it runs the Monkey Dory combo where you can transfer energy through your damage counters from your Pokemon to the opponent's Pokemon. Very effective. Obviously, we dumped a lot of the other crap that we didn't necessarily need, including the Duraludon, etc. Your energies are going to be dark focused, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to start off. We run one Pheasantipede, two Snorlaxes. I'd probably say Hop Snorlax, two Hop Snorlax, two Hop Zacian, two Hop Cramorant, two Monkey Dory. Then we have one Blood Moon Ursaluna X. We also have Latias X, Iron Bundle, and that is the monsters, the Pokemon you are going to be running. When I reference things wrongly, I apologize. I am a Yu-Gi-Oh player above everything. So when I say discard pile, well, when I say graveyard, I mean discard pile. When I mean monsters, I mean Pokemon. You guys know where I'm at. Trainers. Right, the trainer cards. You want two Iona, two of Calamitous Snowy Mountain, three Night Stretcher, two Counter Catcher. I kind of wish they had it like next to it. And yeah. So then we've got the Poker Gear for 2, Kieran for 1, Morty's Conviction for 1, Postwick for 3, Professor's Research for 4. We have Earthen Vessel for 2, Hop's Choice Band for 4, Hop's Bag for 2, 3 Boss's Orders, 4 Nestball, 4 Arven, 1 Energy Switch, 1 Prime Catcher, and then finishing off with the trainer cards, Technical Machine Devolution. De-evolution. I don't know why I'm saying it so fucking weird. And then energies are practically 5 dark energy and jet energy. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's claim our reward. And we will jump into a match with our newly built deck. Obviously, we saw it in action in the last episode. We've got another challenge that we can claim. Oh, it's the Pokemon pack. Cool. Journey Together, we're going to get a banging card here. Dunsparce, leading in for the Ruffian, into Hops Rookity, Meowscarada, and finishing off with the Lycanroc. Okay, no problemo. Right. Let's play some ranked. Let's see how this plays out. Personally, I think it should be fairly okay. We saw how it played out in the last episode, which involved... They're in a Dragapult. Okay. Let's see if we can beat Dragapult with this being able to transfer damage. We've got de-evolution as well to be able to de-evolve their Pokemon. I think that might be a solid card, man. Especially against Dragapult. Okay. I will go first because I'm curious to what we're actually playing into. Or what we're playing up against even. Leading in to a... Ursaluna X on the start off, man. Like, literally, of every card we could have ended up with. I literally run it at 1. But then, I'm used to that kind of scenario occurring. Okay. Alright, we're going to go for Hop's Bag. We are going to go after Zacian and... the Snorlax, just for us to get the extra buff. We could go Nestball, which would give us access to the Pheasantipede if we were to lose a Pokemon, or we could play into Munkidori. I think we go Munkidori, personally. Then, because now, that way, if we do get attacked once during your turn, if this Pokemon has a Dark Energy attached, you may move it to 3. So we're going to apply our energy to Munkidori, playing into Postwick, and that is pretty much our turn done. We don't have much to go off, but at least if they attack, we are going to be locked out of trainer cards solely for the fact, well, item cards, due to the Badoo. But on the plus side, it only does 10 damage. Does it end their turn instantly? It does. Okay, so leading into my turn, which means that no... Ooh. I could transfer the 10 energy, but I'm not going to. We're going to go Arven, which will give me access to the Poker Gear. And can we get switch? Okay. Let me think. You can use this only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Maybe we switch up and add. Maybe. It does make things difficult when you can't play off anything without... I'm all for it, but we're not going to worry too much about it at the moment. We'll end our turn there. I think unless you can get Zacian on the start off into your basic zone or monster zone, whatever you want to call it, active spot, you kind of end up being left short. They're not doing anything, which is interesting. Problem is, if I go Munkidori, then they're going to be able to. So if we go Arven again. How much is a retreat? 3. Okay. Preferably, we need a play that can... We'll go those two. The Pokemon this card is attached can use the attack on this card. Devolve each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon by putting the highest stage card on it into your opponent's hand. Okay. Okay. We're in a position of not being able to do anything again. There's no way they've bricked. Hold up. What's the ability just then? Blood Moon used by this Pokemon costs 1 star less for each prize card your opponent has taken. So it's like a last resort monster. So in theory, you want Ursaluna at the last point you possibly can. Getting it at the start of the game is completely a waste of time. So really, that's something you want to hold off to like last minute. I need to figure out a way of being able to get Ursaluna gone. Because while it's out, we can't do shit. Oh, okay. Prime Catcher does switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot if you do switch your active. That works. That works for me. And that's why it keeps shutting me down. Because of that exact reason. This is becoming frustrating. This has got to be the worst play you could possibly have when it comes to playing. Like, I've got the Prime Catcher. We just need it to be able to be played. But unfortunately, the situation we have right now is we can't actually do much. Although, we could force out a potential retreat cost off of boss's orders. And then I could shuffle it back. Prime Catcher is going to help us though, but ideally, do you want to use boss's orders now? Screw it. Yeah, it will do. And then I'll end my turn. But yeah, I'm going to add switch into this build, man, because I am hating being stuck in with a behemoth and not being able to have any plays. If we had a switch, we could play into Zacian. Zacian could attack, dealing 30, plus gets the buff of the, obviously, Stadium card, plus the buff of Snorlax, giving it a nice 120 damage, plus the 30 damage to the bench Pokemon. Switch would go hard. The problem is we're up against a card that uses bloody pollen to be able to prevent you from using items. If we could use trainer cards and item cards, we would be golden. Well, item cards in general, but yeah. Okay, Buddy Poffin. I'm not saying Hop's deck's bad. I'm just saying it's a struggle to be able to play off and use when you're playing up against a deck like Dragapult relying on the Badoo. Who knew a little bug? I was about to say bug. It's a grass type. I don't know. What is Badoo? Plant. Bud Pokemon, yeah. Badoo. Okay, giving it an extra buff in health. Arven for the trigger. It's annoying because while they've got Badoo, they can combo off because we don't control anything that can actually... Like, even with Switch, Badoo just prevents us using item cards. I wonder if there's a tool that can switch out. Because I can't even play this off. Preferably, I need to get these two off, but I can't. While I have nothing... I don't know, we're trapped. We're kind of stuck. Because Itchy Pollen triggers dealing 10 damage. Basically, all I'm relied on is that keep attacking until they switch out into a boss monster or whatever. Doesn't help the fact we only have one dark energy as well. How do we make this work for us? Once you're returning, if this Pokemon is on the bench, you may switch out one of your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Whenever any player attaches energy from there, at this point, we might as well just do this. The problem is we're so screwed. We are, man. So bad. We're just stuck in a stalemate. I can't play items. They can't do anything either. I suppose we could have used Iron Bundle. Once you're in your turn, if the Pokemon is in your bench, you may switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. The problem with that is they can pick anything and it's all one energy. I will have to wait for them to crank it up to be able to play off Iron Bundle. But while I'm in this situation, they can cook, man. They can literally just go Rare Candy, Dragapult. The pollen. I don't know. I honestly don't know. My ideal focus is probably to play into Zacian after Ursaluna has been clapped, but while they're not taking any prize cards, Ursaluna is pretty much stuff. But I don't know if... I'm assuming that Switch is classed as an item card, right? Yeah, classed as an item card. So either way, even if we had Switch, it would make no difference at all. So this is the situation we're stuck in. Badoo is such a pain in the backside, right? I don't think they even know what to do themselves. 8 cards in hand. The thing is, they're screwed, because imagine all their Dragapults are literally in the prize pool. The only thing I have a concern with is, obviously, if they do end up playing into Dragapult, obviously, it'll be a good thing them attacking, because we can at least play cards. Now it's that... All I can do is just hold out for this. Which is so pathetic in its own way. Is that only while it's active? This does nothing. Is there anything that's high? 1 retreat cost. Everything's 1 retreat. Do you reckon they've got energies? What if we do this? Oh no, it wouldn't make a difference anyway. I don't know what to do. It's annoying because we have a Pokemon that has a 3 retreat cost stuck in the active spot. If I had started with Zacian or Munkidori or something, it would be whip an energy on it, retreat, and call it a day. So embarrassing, man. How can a Badoo have a deck down on its knees, man? Imagine this just as a genuine anime Pokemon battle with Ursaluna taking on Badoo, and Badoo's just like spitting some spore. Oh, not spore, pollen. Okay, they can go Recon Directive now. But then again, it's not guaranteed they're going to... Whenever a player attaches an energy from their hand to one of their non-water Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on it. The crazy thing is, you don't even need energy to attack either. But then again, I don't know how we're going to get this out. Okay, 1 energy less. Earthen Vessel. Unless they're playing to Rare Candy and go into... It's all I'm waiting on is Dragapult to come out. I've never known a battle to go on this long with nothing actually happening. We're both just ready to straight up go to war. And then you got this little plant in the way. It's like a Sudowoodo in Generation 2. You need to get the squirt bottle, mate. Ah, the fucking plant's back again. This is tragic, man. So fucking wank. I wouldn't mind if I could get Ursaluna out, but I can't. Oh, no, that's our play. That's our play. Retreat. Yes! Now we can play the freaking game. Right, first things first. We'll go with the damage. This one. Push 10. Right, what's the main focus? Get rid of these, innit? Go for you. And then what I can do is lead in. I could go Brave Slash, actually. But I can't attack next turn. Oh, we should have waited. Oh, okay, that's how it's going to be done. Alright. I could go... Oh, it's Steel. Okay, so we're never going to be using the main move. 30 damage. Crank it up on that. 90. Goodbye, you shitty little plant, man. God. The Stooler. So Latias, or whatever it's called. I always say Latios because it's my favourite one. The blue one's easily the better. I say my favourite of the two, but yeah. Okay. Now we can play Pokemon. Let's begin. Game on. Here we go. Oh, that's so good. That is good. Latias. Here we go. As long as, mate, we're chilling. No matter what damage they do, yeah. Recon Directive. Even if they get Dragapult out, it only does 200. Plus if they apply any energies. So what I got to remember is if we equip an energy to a Pokemon, we have to be able to go Monkey Dory after. Don't go Monkey Dory before, because then we get too many on us. So we could have dispersed 30 energy in a good position. Okay. It kind of gets me excited. Now I know what card we can use to retreat one of our Pokemon for free. I know who I need to go to in future. Okay, Recon Directive play. Okay. Oh, no. Dusclops is a killer. Once during your turn, you can take 5 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you use this ability, the Pokemon is knocked out. That's not good. Because if they have Dragapult, Zacian is a goner. Okay. Iona. Okay. Fair. It's fine. 4 new cards. Serendipity. That could come in handy. Ah, there's the Dragapult X. Now, we have to be very cautious to how we go about this now. They have the solid play. I think what we could do... Because this doesn't stack. It states the effect of extra helpings doesn't stack. So having 2 Snorlax is pointless. We would have to play... Once during turn, if Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Okay. If you do discard this Pokemon and all... Okay, that's fine. So next turn, we would have to retreat the Dragapult. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Earth Blast, dealing 50 damage towards me. Obviously, the only downfall is the fact that 6 damage counters. Okay, I get 1 prize card. That's fine. Go middle. Post-Wick. Okay, does 30 extra damage if we have a hot Pokemon out. So what we could do is... I suppose they could focus their attention on Monkey Dory, sorry. $60 damage towards a Pokemon. So in theory, Monkey Dory would be dead next turn. Why is it taking so long to think? Okay, focusing on those 2. That's fine. Do 70. Okay. We go Ursaluna. Okay. Right. If we go with this... Wait, I'm just trying to think of how we play this. If we go... in for the retreat. And then we go Post-Wick. Okay, I need to think of how we're going to play this. Night Stretcher. Zacian. I'm going to have to take the Dark Energy. I'm going to go Serendipity. Serendipity can draw 3. Okay. We can activate this. Done. I'll go Arven. Move a basic energy to one of your Pokemon. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and if you do, switch your active Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay. You can use this only if you have more prizes remaining than your opponent. I don't... Oh shit. Normal Night Stretcher. De-Evolution. And Hop's Headband. Okay, we can't. So we'll go Prime Catcher and Devolution. Is there anything that can attack? Preferably, the only thing we really actually have is Zacian. If your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 or 4 prizes remaining, this does nothing. Well, I could do 120 if I go with that. No, that's fine. We'll stick with this because I can kill the Pidgey as well, right? Because then what I can do is now retreat into the Zacian. By the energy. The Pokemon can use the attack on this card. You still need necessary. If this card is attached to one of your Pokemon, discard it at the end of the turn. Evolve each of your opponent's evolve by putting the highest stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. Would that be worth it? I don't know. We just go in? Just go in for it, maybe? Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, just attack. And then we do 30 damage to that. Kills. Kills. For 2 prize cards. Munkidori and Cramorant. The good thing is, they're not going to be able to kill. They'll do 200 damage, but they can put 6 counters. This is why they should have went after Munkidori. But then Munkidori would have just removed 3 counters from it. Put it on 30, so they would have only done 90 damage next turn anyway. Unless they have Boss's Orders. They have Boss's Orders, this is going to be a whole different board game. But we do have Munkidori. We just don't have Dark Energy. Which is preferably something we're going to need. Unless we go Cramorant. Yeah. We would have to play... Which one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the exploit if you do switch right to Pokemon? Yeah. But the only problem is... No, yeah. If a Pokemon dies... Okay, so we win. If Dragapult attacks Ursaluna, we can transfer the damage from Munkidori's ability to... There's nothing weak enough to obviously die from it, but... How many Boss's Orders do we have in Grave? Trainers, 2. If I could pull a Boss's Orders, it could work in our favour. But then we do 120 damage, right? But preferably, Prime Catcher might be... Which one of your opponent's bench Pokemon if you just switch out to Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon? Yeah. I think that... Oh, wait, we lost it. Arven could help. Because we would be able to add 2 cards. This guy's really making me work, man. Jesus. It's this kind of stress situation which makes you learn the deck better. So far, we've learned a lot. Munkidori clutches. Latias is really good at being able to retreat the big cards. Obviously, Zacian is solid. Considering you're going to get 30 damage, which is already 120. Boss's Orders could actually come through this. So we go Boss's Orders into Dragapult and then we attack with Zacian. Because... In theory, oh no, wait, while we have Latias, we can retreat at no cost anyway, so you don't need Switch. You don't need any of the retreating cards. Oh, Latias is better than... Okay. Phantom Dive dealing 200 damage to me. Go Munkidori, man. Munkidori is your weak link, man. Interesting. Oh, he's doing it so that way if I retreat, he can kill at least one of them. Oh my word. Top deck onto Boss's Orders is crazy. And then we can retreat into Zacian. Munkidori, trigger the effect. Remove 30. And then we punch through on Insta Strike. And we'll just drop 30 on you. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our hardest matches yet, but Hop has a sustainable deck. It is impressive what you can do when you start cracking up. Obviously, playing around the bloody Badoo, not the most entertaining and fun thing to play up against. But if you enjoyed, consider subscribing. Greatly appreciate your support on this channel. These kind of matches is what makes me want to play this more. And obviously, now we've got a solid deck. I think it's because I was using loner decks, but not adjusting them. So, anytime you guys suggest me a deck you want to see being used, I'll look at a deck build and obviously base it off that. But this is solid. I've learned new things regarding this card. Thank you guys for watching, supporting the channel. You guys are amazing. Peace. Subscribe.